In the next scene, we see Helmut and Sion searching a room in the building. Sion told Helmut that the ghost might have already moved to another building. Helmut decided to continue searching the room. While searching the room, Helmut realized that they are not getting anywhere with their search. He realized that there was no sign that the ghost was in the building. Helmut decided to ask Sion for advice. When Helmut turned around, he saw Sion looking at something on the ground. Sion was quite focused on what he was looking at. Helmut asked Sion if he found something important. Sion told Helmut that he did not find anything important. He told Helmut that they should check the next classroom for signs. When Helmut and Sion were stepping out of the room, Sion asked Helmut about how much time he has to complete the mission. Immediately Sion said this. He saw something that shocked him. Helmut told Sion that he has 10 days left to find the ghost. Helmut noticed that Sion stopped moving. He asked Sion about why he stopped walking. While trembling in fear, Sion told Helmut to look in front of him. When Helmut looked in front of him, he saw a mysterious entity walking towards them. Helmut believed that this being was the ghost. He quickly placed his hand on his sword and got ready to attack. As the entity got closer to them, Sion gasped when he saw its face. The being removed its cap, and we see that the mysterious entity is Aaliyah. Aaliyah asked Helmut and Sion about what they were doing in the building. Helmut and Sion could not believe that Aaliyah was the face behind the mysterious being. Helmut gave Aaliyah his request paper and told him that he came to the academy to fulfill a request. Aaliyah was surprised to hear this. Sion told Aaliyah that Helmut wants to find the academy's ghost. He told Aaliyah that he is assisting Helmut in searching for the ghost. Aaliyah read Helmut's request paper. He noticed that the reward for finding the ghost was 3,000 marks. Aaliyah was surprised to see this. Aaliyah assumed that Helmut was rich because Helmut easily gave him 100,000 marks. He asked Helmut about why he is doing such a mission when he is already rich. He told Helmut that he should have stayed at home after he was accepted by the academy. Helmut told Aaliyah that he accepted the mission because he had some time to kill. Sion knew that he and Helmut had a reason to be in the building. He did not understand what Aaliyah was doing in the building. He asked Aaliyah about what he is doing in the building. Aaliyah told Sion that he also received a request. Sion was shocked to hear this. He pointed at Aaliyah and asked him if he is also a mercenary. Aaliyah was annoyed to hear this. He hit Sion's hand and told him that he received the request directly from the academy. Sion told Aaliyah that his hand is strong. Sion assumed that Aaliyah was not interested in such matters. He asked Aaliyah if the academy is giving him a very good reward. Aaliyah told Sion that he does not need to know the reward. He told Sion that he accepted the request because he is curious about the case. Helmut was surprised to find out that the academy submitted a separate request to Aaliyah. He wondered if the case called for such an emergency action. Upon hearing that Aaliyah was also on the case, Sion asked Aaliyah to join him and Helmut. He told the boys that it will save more time if they search together. Helmut and Aaliyah glared at Sion when they heard this idea. Sion immediately realized that he should have not shared his idea. With a nervous look on his face, Sion told Aaliyah that they can continue their search separately. Aaliyah told Sion that it will be better for them to look together. Sion was happy to hear this. He believed that a fellow mage would see from his point of view. He asked Helmut if he is okay with Aaliyah joining them. Helmut accepted Sion's idea. The scene shifts, and we see the three boys in a room. Aaliyah cast a spell called Illusion. This spell showed the structure of the building. According to the report, the ghost had appeared at the lecture hall, the swordsmanship training ground, the professor's lounge, the gym, and the sparring grounds. The three boys were currently in the lecture hall. Aaliyah told Helmut and Sion that the buildings which the ghost appeared in all have one thing in common. When Aaliyah said this, Sion immediately understood what Aaliyah was saying. He told Aaliyah that the ghost has only appeared in the swordsmanship department. Aaliyah told the boys that the ghost did not appear in the magic department for unknown reasons. Helmut asked Aaliyah if the ghost was made by another mage. Sion told Helmut that somebody will have heard the mage cast the spell if the ghost was made with magic. He told Helmut that the mage would have to use silent spells. Aaliyah told Sion that a high-ranked mage who can use silent spells would never have wasted their time to use magic for such an elementary prank. Aaliyah believed that a human would not create a ghost. He told the boys that it is reasonable for them to assume that the ghost is avoiding mages. Sion immediately understood what Aaliyah was saying. He told Aaliyah that the ghost must be avoiding mages because it is weak against spells. Helmut told the boys that the ghost is staying in the swordsmanship department because it cannot be harmed by physical attacks. Aaliyah and Sion were shocked to hear this from Helmut. Aaliyah asked Helmut about how he knew such a thing. Helmut did not know why the boys were so surprised. Helmut had told Ethan about his request. Ethan quickly remembered hearing about a ghost in the academy. Helmut asked Ethan if he knows anything about the case. While drinking tea, Ethan told Helmut that there was a brave student who encountered the ghost. He told Helmut that the student rushed to attack the ghost when he saw it. Unfortunately for the boy, his attack passed through the ghost. Sion was surprised to hear what Helmut said. He could not believe that they were actually searching for a real ghost. Helmut smiled when he saw the boys thinking about what to do. Helmut realized that this was his first time sharing an opinion as an equal. When Helmut was having conversations in the forest, he was usually scolded by Alaga or he was yelled at by Darien. Although Helmut spoke to the face mercenaries, he and the mercenaries never put their heads together to think about something. Helmut realized that they each had separate knowledge, but when they combined their knowledge together, they got new answers. Helmut realized that this is what it means for people to communicate. Aaliyah asked Helmut if he can use Vis on the ghost since physical attacks do not work. Aaliyah remembered that Helmut was good at using Vis. Helmut was surprised to hear Aaliyah's suggestion. He unsheathed his sword and released a small amount of Vis. He told Aaliyah that he will test it out if he ever encounters the ghost. Sion became scared when he saw Helmut unsheath his sword. Sion told the boys that he can no longer think. He told them that they should survey the other buildings in the swordsmanship department. He told them that he cannot think because he is too tired. Sion stood up and told the boys that he is going to get some rest. He told the boys to stay safe. Immediately Sion said this. He left. After Sion left, Helmut stared at Aaliyah. Aaliyah asked Helmut if he has any ideas. Helmut told Aaliyah that he does. Helmut already had an idea of what they were looking for. Helmut remembered that the ghost did not have a physical form. It avoids mages, and it is very mischievous. Helmut immediately realized that the ghost they were searching for was a spirit like Rattan. Helmut asked Aaliyah to tell him how they can find a spirit. Aaliyah was happy to see that Helmut understood what was going on. He told Helmut that he learnt well. Aaliyah snapped his fingers and told Helmut that he is not an elemental mage. He told Helmut that it is not easy for him to detect spirits. Helmut asked Aaliyah about what they should do. Aaliyah looked at the window and smiled. He reminded Helmut that they have a skilled elemental mage. Immediately Aaliyah said this. We see Sion running somewhere. The scene shifts and we see Helmut and Aaliyah running. While running, Helmut asked Aaliyah about where Sion is heading to. Aaliyah told Helmut that Sion is chasing after the spirit. He told Helmut that Sion should be able to sense the spirit. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He did not understand how Sion was able to sense the spirit so quickly. Immediately Helmut thought of this. He remembered that Aaliyah joined them without much arguments. Helmut remembered that Aaliyah asked him if he could use Vis to fight the ghost. Helmut realized that Aaliyah already knew that the ghost was a spirit. He told Aaliyah that he simply wanted to trigger Sion into moving. Aaliyah told Helmut that he had no choice but to trick Sion. When Helmut and Aaliyah came out of the building, Aaliyah stopped running. Helmut did not understand why Aaliyah stopped running. He asked Aaliyah about why he stopped moving. He reminded Aaliyah that they need to catch up to Sion. Aaliyah told Helmut that they simply need to know the direction which Sion is headed in. Immediately Aaliyah said this. He got on his knees and placed his hand on the ground. When Aaliyah's hand touched the ground, Aaliyah activated a spell called Search. Immediately he activated the spell. Sion footprints began to reveal themselves. Aaliyah told Helmut that the footprints lead to the training ground of the swordsmanship department. Aaliyah got up and dusted his hand. He told Helmut that Sion will not be able to pinpoint the exact location of the spirit. With a smile on his face, Aaliyah told Helmut that they will need to find the spirit before Sion. Helmut had a strange feeling about Aaliyah when he heard this. The scene shifts and we see Aaliyah use a spell to break a lock. When they stepped into the training ground, Aaliyah told Helmut that not everyone can enter the training grounds of the swordsmanship department. He told Helmut that the students of the swordsmanship department are very serious about their ranks. Due to this, students' training grounds are separated into individual grades and levels. Aaliyah told Helmut that the spirit will probably hide in a place that is not frequently used. He told Helmut that the spirit might be hiding in the training rooms of higher grade students with scholarships. He told Helmut that they need to search the higher grade students' training grounds. When Aaliyah turned around to look at Helmut, he noticed that Helmut was not listening to him. He asked Helmut about what he is thinking of. Helmut remembered that Ethan had a personal training ground in his estate. He walked up to Ethan's training ground. Aaliyah was surprised to see Helmut standing in front of Ethan's training ground. Helmut told Aaliyah that no one will be using Ethan's training grounds because no one other than Ethan has access to it. Helmut opened the door of Ethan's training ground. Aaliyah asked Helmut if they are allowed to enter Ethan's personal training ground. Helmut told Aaliyah that he is trying to fulfill a request. He told Aaliyah that Ethan would understand. Immediately, Aaliyah stepped into the training ground. He sensed the power of something similar to Sion. With a smile on his face, Aaliyah told Helmut that the spirit is definitely in the room. Helmut asked Aaliyah if he really received a request from the academy. Aaliyah smiled when he heard this. He realized that he no longer needed to lie to Helmut. With a smile on his face, Aaliyah told Helmut that he does not like the fact that there is only one elemental mage in the academy. Helmut asked Aaliyah if he is going to capture the spirit and use it for research. Aaliyah told Helmut that he is. He told Helmut that he will also be fulfilling his request if he helps him. Immediately Aaliyah said this. He snapped his fingers and activated a spell called Silence. Aaliyah told Helmut that he has wiped out any traces of himself with the spell. Aaliyah did this in order to not allow the spirit to sense his presence. Aaliyah sat on the ground and told Helmut that he has to become bait for them to draw out the spirit. Helmut asked Aaliyah about what he will do if he refuses to be bait. Aaliyah told Helmut that he still owes him for the examination. While Helmut and Aaliyah were talking, an odd substance began to sip through the walls of the training grounds. While Aaliyah was talking, Helmut senses the presence of the odd substance. When Helmut turned around, he saw the thing coming into the training ground. Aaliyah did not understand why Helmut was no longer talking. He looked up and asked Helmut about why he stopped talking. When Aaliyah looked carefully, he saw a spirit standing in front of Helmut. Helmut told Aaliyah that the academy's ghost has come out of hiding. Aaliyah was happy to see the spirit. He rushed in front of Helmut and told him that he will be the first to greet the spirit. Aaliyah activated a spell called Walls. This spell allowed Aaliyah to conjure magical walls. Aaliyah used the walls to attack the spirit. The spirit carefully evaded the attack. Aaliyah was annoyed to see this. He activated a large-scale spell. He told Helmut that the spell is a sealing spell that will not allow the spirit to leave the training ground. He told Helmut that he cannot move while he is using the spell. He asked Helmut to weaken the spirit. He asked Helmut to weaken it to the point that it cannot move. He told Helmut that it will be bad for him if he kills the spirit. While Helmut and Aaliyah were speaking, the spirit was trying to run away. After hearing what Aaliyah said, Helmut unsheathed his sword. Helmut remembered that regular attacks cannot hurt the spirit. He decided to activate his vis. Upon drawing his sword, Helmut rushed to attack the spirit. When Helmut got close to the spirit opened its mouth and tried to swallow Helmut. Helmut used his sword to cut through the spirit. Helmut was happy to see that vis works on spirits. Seeing that the spirit was down, Helmut wondered if he had weakened the spirit. The moment Helmut thought of this, the spirit stood up and got ready to attack Helmut. Helmut was happy to see that the spirit could still fight. Helmut took a stance and decided to use more vis in his attack. Immediately he took his stance. Helmut and the spirit rushed towards each other. The moment Helmut and the spirit got close to each other, a bright golden light shined. Helmut was surprised to see the light. The light created a barrier that separated Helmut and the spirit. Immediately the barrier appeared. Sion also appeared in a different form. Sion asked Helmut about what he is doing. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 16 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.